Let's change topics and talk about the Coliseum, some big moves there.
Absolutely. So last night, the Oakland City Council unanimously approved allowing the city administrator to sign a purchase and sell agreement with the African American Sports Entertainment Group for the city's share of the Coliseum. This development creates thousands of family supporting jobs, much needed housing. Of course, we know we're in a housing crisis, and significant economic opportunities for our Black and Brown communities in deep East Oakland. And so one of the main goals that I had coming into office was that an understanding, a knowing that, if we live East Oakland and if we lift West Oakland up, then our whole city will be better for that. And so that's what we're focused on. You have Romondi Park that we were able to implement in just under a year in West Oakland, and now we're doing great things in Deep East Oakland. And so this is a promise that has not been realized for decades. For that community. And so I'm really honored to be working with AASCG, who has deep community roots, and I'm very happy that the City Council agreed and moved forward with the approval.
So a few more steps before we actually see movement there. Part of that is negotiating with the A's, I believe, about their right to the Coliseum.
Yeah, I want to be very clear that, previously, prior to me being a mayor here, that the county sold their half, and it's not a delineated half of the Coliseum, but it's just a general half of the Coliseum. They sold their half to the Oakland A's, and so therefore, I do believe that in order for us to get something moving, again, this community deserves to have development in this area, including green space as well. And so we're going to be selling our half to ASCG so that they can work with the Oakland A's, whether they acquire Oakland A's half or work in partnership with them to really get something moving and going. For far too long, too many politicians and investors have come in and actually ignored Deep East Oakland. And so we want to make sure that that comes to a stop. And we want to make sure that it's developed for the people, and including deeply affordable housing, and the possibilities are endless in that space.
So realistically, when do you think we could actually see changes on that site?
Well, realistically, I think that the changing of hands of the property is one thing, and that's something that the city can, is a partner in. But right after that, there should be either parallel tracks right now, or there should be conversation with ASCG and the Oakland A's around, whether it's a sale to ASCG or whether it's a partnership they work together. But again, we will not be a part of those conversations. All I know is that ASCG is committed to the city of Oakland and the community. And what we'll see in the interim, though, is the Oakland roots and the soul at that Coliseum. And so we're excited for that.
Yeah, and you also mentioned Raimondi Park. We know that was lit now with the Ballers playing there. What are your reflections on the start of a new era of sports in Oakland?
It's amazing. I was a strong partner in birthing this child of making sure that this actually got through. And so this is a prime example of when leadership can work with the community and also work with our businesses and investors, that we can actually get really good things for our community. Not only was the first week of the Ballers game in West Oakland electrifying and amazing, the vibe and the energy was very much Oakland, but we also have an opening right across the street of a food hall. And so we know that West Oakland is one of the food deserts. And so this food hall is going to not only attract more people, but it's going to be a huge access point for our West Oaklanders, who can now get to be able to have access to nutritious foods. And of course, we have the Oakland Ballers right in their backyard.
Yes, all right. A lot of fun to come this summer with the Ballers. Mayor Sheng Thao, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.